Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today we're going to do an episode of follow-up episode to the game. As I always told you, in every freaking, gamer review out there, when they give you the reviews, they give it to you on day one, like I do the same thing, or at least try to do, and we go over it, but there's no way you could possibly know how the game is until you really play it more in depth. So I gave you guys my initial review in the beginning. The link is in the description below. You can see all the gameplay footage and everything right there. I'm going to say that, obviously I was playing it without sound, obviously for not the copyright reasons, for copyright reasons I meant, and all of that stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys the whole review of the game after a couple days passed by. I went really far and deep into this game. In fact, so freaking deep, I'm surprised I really have no life that I could have invested that much time in it. I'm actually surprised at myself and probably need help. But I'm going to tell you Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to tell you what I liked, what I disliked, what I recommend if this is the game for you. From the initial review, I don't regret anything I said over there, but I definitely want to compare it all. So I'm going to compare to for you guys the home consoles, what's the positives and negatives behind that, and also I'm going to explain to you the PC version, what's the positives and negatives behind that as well. And, and this is after I played the game and got really deep into this game. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, so we're back. So let's talk about the game a little bit. So it's about this guy, this gentleman named Cal, who basically is, he is the protagonist of the entire story. He's hiding his Force powers. He's actually a Jedi who's hiding his powers and blending in with the entire community over there, trying to hide and kind of blend in and just kind of forget about everything. In the end, he finds, a bunch of people that are helping him out, throughout the entire story. Obviously, like most of the video game stories out there. One of his, I'm not going to give, I don't want to give away, the story to kill it for y'all, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens and all that, but basically they're trying to resurrect the Jedi Order, to bring back the Jedis back and, form it all over again. And basically he is a Jedi. They noticed that about him because he uses his Force. Not going to go too much into it. And they're looking for him basically to exterminate him or, imprison him or whatever. God knows what they were going to do to him. And he escapes and finds a bunch of other people who helps him through the way. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, this is an amazing story. I did hate the fact that they don't let you create a character. I think you could attribute that story to just about anybody. Just have you create your character and have that story dedicated to him for the story mode or whatever. The thing that I really loved about it is, even though he's a ginger boy, and I love, my nephew is a ginger boy, and I loved, he's cute and adorable, and I love to see that. I would have liked to switch his hair color. I would have liked to switch his eye color. Make some kind of thing that's customizable. They let you customize your lightsaber, which I really love. You can't come out with your own models. I'm sure the mod community on the PC will eventually do that, where you can mod it even with other cool stuff. But you basically could, you find all these unlockables, and it's really cool because it has a lot of replay value into it, because you're going to go back and try to look for all these things and all these cool stuff to unlock and whatever, and then, customize your blade. So I basically went green blade. I went, green lightsaber. I went to... I wish they had red, but obviously they don't. Maybe, again, the modders will do something. Gold, blue, so far, and green. But I'm sure you can unlock other colors as it goes later on. The hilt, you could totally customize that as well, which is so cool. I customized this awesome gold hilt that looks just freaking incredible. And, you pair it up with the different greeblies on it, with different switches on it and all that. It just makes the game that much more fun. The game reminds me so much, and it's because it's EA, I guess. so much of the Lord of the Rings series, the, Shadow of Mordor and all of that stuff. I really think that it really mimics it really well. I just wish they incorporated more into it. I mean, more of the combo moves that you could do and slice the guy's, head off or do stuff like that. They don't really do that. It's just occasionally you see him flipping over a guy and just kind of like cutting him with the laser, but nothing really happens. Yet with the animals, you could literally slice them in half and all that, the beasts that are there, and you could see their like insides and stuff. And it really, like, it feels, I don't mean to be sadistic, but it just feels so good kicking bad guy butt and just going like, whoom. And when you're doing that to the orcs in the game, in Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor, you really feel so cool doing that. Now, exactly the same climbing techniques. There's no difference in any of that. It climbs exactly the same way. Sorry for being a little too close. It climbs exactly the same way, the jumping to the side, all of that. I just think it's a little bit more flimsier than Shadow of Mordor. I really wish that they can maybe release an update that can kind of fix that. A lot of the times it's not a drifting issue with my controller at all, but a lot of the times you would see the guy's jumping and he would fall to his death, or, jumping to the side or whatever, and it doesn't quite jump the same way and the animations are a little bit off. I really wish they could have incorporated that much, what they had in Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor, to come over in a better way without the glitches and all that. So yes, it does have some glitches. You're going to find yourself going to ropes, and you're going to say, okay, I know this is the way to go, definitely, because there's a rope stretching down that, leads all the way down, and you're jumping at this rope, and you're going right through it, and you fall to your death, which is horrible. And out of like 6 or 7 times, 8 times, then he finally holds onto the rope and gets through the damn stage. That really pissed me off. You don't know how many times, especially when you're playing on, very, extremely hard or whatever, you're falling down, you're actually dying. It's not like you just appear or whatever. It just feels like crap when you're doing that, and you lose a lot of, life and stuff like that. Depends on what, difficulty settings you have it on. But the game is running really awesome. I mean, to battle all these guys from like all these planets, and you could just travel anywhere and go at a moment's notice, like just go back in, do what you got to do, and go to another planet and kick some butt and take names, and then return back to other planets again and, find stuff and do all that. That is pretty freaking cool. The characters in the game is awesome. I totally fell in love with BD1. I really did. I think BD1 to me is now my favorite droid overall. And again, Disney, learn from freaking, I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm not an EA fan, but learn from EA. The story in this game is so incredible. And Disney really screwed up the entire saga, and I really hope that they can incorporate things like the video game stories into it. I mean, I didn't like Solo at all. I didn't like, the Force Awakens. I didn't like all that series. They even made the prequels look good, and I wasn't a big fan of the prequels either. I was a fan of the original, the original 3. And I don't know where they're going with this, but Rogue One was amazing. And, this is the thing. And I really wish that they could actually take from the video game, because this game really has a lot of potential to becoming a blockbuster movie. I'm not even kidding. The droid, I think anybody will fall in love with. BD1 is like my favorite. Me and BD1, I feel like we went back a long time. All the stuff that he does, the scanning and everything, he's there. The jokes that are in this game is kind of lame but funny. It's just really cool, very Star Warsy of the old generation, not of the new Disney crapified generation. So that's something to think about. Now, the thing is, the game runs really, really well, except for the little few glitches that exist there. I'm going to tell you which ones, like the rope. The other one is I was walking through one, climbing up kind of before falling, but you're kind of stuck before you fall on the edge, and I got stuck there, and I was like walking in space, but like in a closed area that you can't go anywhere, around. It wasn't like ID Clip on Doom where you could fly around everywhere and walk through walls. It was just you're stuck and you couldn't get out. That was a glitch in the game, and I have seen that on the PlayStation 4 as well. So I can tell you that it did happen in a console version and in the PC version. Now, I know what you guys are going to ask me, and a lot of you guys already did, and I told you guys I was going to go into detail today about it, and I am. Leor, what version of the game do you like most? Do you like the PC, PlayStation 4, or whatever, Xbox One, home console? So here's the positives and negatives about it. The home consoles, you will not have as many glitches as you have on the PC game. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, the PC game, you need to make sure you run it on a beefy computer. You need to invest a lot of money in a beefy computer. I built a computer. I showed you guys how to build one, so you guys can build it on the cheap, but it is expensive. It costs more than a console. The thing is, there are glitches in a PC, a lot of glitches. There's a lot of issues that happen. There's people that can't even run it that are now sounding off in the forums that are saying they're trying to run it and it just shuts them off and doesn't let them play, which, you know, of course, they're working on updates and they will eventually fix it for the most part. It's like kind of Call of Duty series where you have a handful of people that can't play it and then, or sometimes even more, and you have some people that, you know, a lot of people that could. So there are some compatibility issues where the home console is pretty much right out of the box. You can play it. Now, sure, they had their glitches as well, but they don't have flaws where you can't play the game unless the game is cracked or something happened, or I don't know, your console is destroyed. Other than that, it's gonna play guaranteed right out of the box. You're gonna be able to play this damn game. Where the PC version, probably yes, probably not. Now, the positive in the PC that obviously the home consoles will never touch is the graphics. You can up that resolution. I played it on 4K, maxed out resolution, everything, because I have the beefy computer that can play it. But if you have a beefy computer that you build it that can play it, you guys are going to have the superior game. There's no doubt in my mind. The textures look incredible in the game as it is, but when you play it in 4K, and you up the you know, you up it and everything with anti-aliasing and everything. Because, you know, PlayStation 4, you could play games per se on 4K, even though I still am saying that they're more like up-res, so it's not really 4K, but even though they do call it 4K, I don't really notice the HDR experience, where in this game, you actually could know the HDR experience, even though it doesn't even say that. You could actually feel, you could see it, and you know how I always say, like, between HD and 4K on an HD monitor, you're not gonna, you know, that is able to play 4K, but, you know, that, whatever. I always said there's no difference. In this case, you really clearly see there is a big difference between having it all maxed out to 4K that's just, you know, 4K without anti-aliasing or anything like that. So you do notice a great difference. So if you have a beefy computer, I'm going to say you go and get that game for the PC. If you don't have so much of a beefy computer, go ahead and get it for the console. That's really all it comes down to. The thing is, with the console, there is a benefit because you get to play it right away, and you don't need to worry about compatibility issues because you know without a shadow of a doubt, this game is going to play no problems whatsoever. The thing is, on the PC, it's a, you know, you're going to have a mixed whatever. Some people are going to be able to play, some people not. But if you know, you could return it at any time if it doesn't work. Obviously, for the PC, you could return it if you buy a physical copy, which you could do also, you know, with whatever. But the thing is, it is something to worry about. But if you have this game and you bought it and it works for the PC, you're going to get the superior brand out of that just by the graphics alone, and the game's going to run well. Now, it has, shockingly, it has the same freaking glitches, because on the PlayStation 4, I went to that same stupid rope, and every time I jumped through it, you know, I went through it, and some people did complain about that too, so it's not just me. So and it happened throughout the game where they had things like that, glitches where you get stuck in some ditch somewhere, or I even had a point where I killed one of the stormtroopers, and this was on the PlayStation 4, and the stormtrooper just remained standing there. But if you cut him or whatever, your blade will go through him because he's already dead. But it didn't register the animation, I guess, that he fell over or whatever, and he just stayed stuck like that. Now, I'm sure the PC is going to have the same kind of glitch because they share the same kind of glitches in that situation. So that's something that, you know, that there is. So yes, there is a need for updates. Now, those of you guys that ask me, should I get it now or should I wait till it goes down in price? To be honest with you, I'm going to, you know, I got the standard game. There's, in the end, I told you guys that I was going to switch it, and I did, because there's no point to get the other one, because the pre-order pretty much gave you most of the stuff already, except, you know, a digital book, which I'm not into. I'm a collector. I want a physical book. So there's a digital, and the behind-the-scenes videos and all that, which, you know, I'm sure you could get them anywhere later on. The thing is, for 60 bucks, I would say it is worth it. But now with Black Friday deals coming out, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever, that's going to be released, I'm sure some of these things are going to have deals in physical gaming inventory, or even Steam or whatever. I bought it on Steam. And the thing that is negative, and I'm still going to say it, is that they force you to actually get this stupid thing. What the hell was it called? I don't remember. You have to register through Origin and have this whole thing, and already they started sending me spam on my emails. Just horrible. I really can't stand that they force you into these things. It really pissed me off. But the game is worth the $60 price point. But since the holidays are coming close, guys, I say just wait. Chill out for a while. Wait till this game goes down a little bit in price, and then you know, buy it. The game does have some issues, like those little glitches I told you about, that hopefully will be saved by updates, and by the time those updates will come out, hopefully the game will go down a couple of bucks, and you could get 2 games for that price, you know, because I want to... It's the whole point of this channel, to give you guys honest reviews, but also at the same time become realistic here and give you guys some advice. And that's my advice to you. I'd wait a little while till the price goes down on this baby. This game is beautiful. It's a great game. Oh my God, looking at the far distances. And this is another thing that plays on the PC, even though the PlayStation 4 was great. But when you're looking at the far distances and you're taking in all that scenery, it just looks so much better on the PC. But the PlayStation 4, you know, looks great too. So you're looking at it and everything. The game just runs so beautifully if it, you know, get it to play on the PC, but on the PlayStation 4 and the home consoles, the game runs really nice, and it's a great game, and I say it is worth every cent that I put into this game. I don't regret the purchase at all. My wife actually bought this for me, believe it or not. I wanted to purchase the, you know, the deluxe series, and she wanted to buy that for me, and then I told her, no, let's go to the standard, because it doesn't really look like the deluxe is worth much to me, what it includes. But again, later on, you might get the deluxe for the same price, as many times that happened, or, you know, when a game was released in early November, and then, you know, during the holidays. And of course you got Black Friday deals and all that stuff. God knows only what that's going to go for. So there might have some lowering in prices, but of course I think by the time it hits Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, yeah, the prices are going to go down a little bit at least, and maybe you'll be able to get the deluxe edition for the same price, or get the standard edition for a little bit less. The game is a beaut. I highly recommend it. Getting deeper in this game, what I said in the beginning, I don't regret in the first review, but I'm also going to add to that now that I've played it, because this is what it's about. It's about getting deeper in the game. A lot of the reviewers don't do really follow-ups on that, and I don't want to be that reviewer. I want to tell you guys a couple of days later, after I really invest time into this game, which I did, that this game is amazing. The storyline, the characters you're going to connect with are incredible. They're not dry and crappy, you know, like the movies are. They actually have purpose. It's really cool, and it's just amazing to meet all these characters and see them, and the bosses and the mini bosses and all of that cool stuff is just really incredible. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. As always, we're not a paid-for yuppie service here that tells you games are good because they got paid to tell you they're good. We're an honest channel because this is the people's channel. You know, it's my channel as much as it's your channel. We're all, you know, giving back to the community. I'm giving back doing this. You're giving back replying. Whether you agree or disagree, I'd like to hear. No matter what, I want to hear your comments down below, because we need this. We need the public to be properly informed and not get fooled by these paid-for yuppies who tell you to get a game when it's crap. And this is why I opened this channel, to give back to the community. I'm self-funded here, work 3 jobs. Trust me, I make this happen. That's why I don't do Patreon. I don't do any of that crap. Although I thank you guys for offering that, and I love you guys for it. It's just, you know, I don't want to fall into that category. I want people to feel comfortable when they come on here and know that we got nothing to gain here. We're telling nothing but the truth here. And they don't have to sift through mountains of garbage, that they could come on this site and see the comment section also below. And the comment section, I don't call it a comment section. I call it a forum, because I think we're all in it together and we're all helping out everybody together. This is the people's channel. That's what we're about. So definitely, guys, comment down below. And as always, I know some of you guys said you're not getting notifications even though you hit the notification bell. You contacted YouTube and they said because we're a small channel, we're getting buried, whatever. So share it with everybody you know. Let's make this community grow. I know some big channels also complained about it, to be honest with you, but let's make this channel grow. Let's make the community grow. Please like this video if this helped you out. Like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell button, and definitely share. But most important, over all of that, I want to hear your comments down below. Have a good one, y'all. Take care.